Hey guys, today's video is a follow-up rant about minimalism. I mentioned this in the Easy Strength program review that I put out a little bit ago. So in this video I talk about minimalism, why it's effective, particularly in the realms of strength and conditioning and virtually every other aspect of your life, how you can save all kinds of mental energies, emotional energy, and you get a more effective program. So it's more effective, more efficient, and you don't waste your time. It works, but you can't let greed and your ego and your desire for immediate results get in the way. So stay tuned, check it out. Thanks for watching. What's up guys? This is the promised defensive minimalism video following up on my review of Dan John's Easy Strength program, the completed review of the completed program. So in my opinion, I don't think minimalism really needs defended, but I'm going to talk about it anyway just to clear some things up. I mentioned a lot of these points before, and I'm going to expound on them a little bit here and talk about why things like Dan John's Easy Strength, 30 for 30, why these types of programs are so incredibly successful, yet nobody does them. It's really not that surprising to me. Our culture in the world, particularly in America, not that I've traveled abroad very much, but in America we are desperate for immediate gratification. And we want a pill or a potion or some magic formula to be the answer to our problems. Now, this can range in severity, if you will, from I'm chronically 100 pounds overweight my entire life and I'm 50 years old and now I want to do something about it. Okay, that's a very common situation. Or it could be something like I want to take my athletic performance to the next level. So what should I do? Well, the magazines, they tell me that I should do this workout that a professional athlete is doing. I talked about this in both the Easy Strength reviews that I did, one about halfway through and one upon completion of the Easy Strength program, and why you're not a professional athlete. You don't need to do their workout if you even can. That is, can sustainably and without injury. So why do I like minimalism? Well, my friends, people who know me in real life, you know that my clothes, my car, my operating system on my computer, the way I train, the way I eat, everything is reduced to the simplest, effective method that I can find. And that's, well, it's partly because I'm lazy, if you want to use that term. It's maybe the only way, and the only context that I would describe myself as lazy, is in pursuit of minimalism, because I want my mental horsepower, if you will, to be spent on other things. I don't really want to worry about what I'm wearing, what I'm driving. Does it do the job that I want it to do? And can my brain, my emotions, can they move on to other things and not worry about whatever is going on, all that extra fluff and filler that we tend to worry about as humans. Ancestrally, of course, that did not happen. So why does minimalism need defended? It needs defended because we have this addiction to immediate gratification. The social media platform that you're watching this video on, they're all designed to give you micro hits of dopamine and keep you using the product, the platform. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a business, it's commerce, I get that. What we need to understand as people is how that has affected us, how that's affected our not just our way of living, well, our way of living, but how we interact with people, how we pursue our own goals, and even our conceptualization of our goals and how we pursue things. So this video is much more a philosophical, lifestyle-oriented video that certainly applies to strength and conditioning in many ways. You're not going to miraculously go from the couch to running 5Ks in a week. Not without injury. Like I keep saying, sustainability is the key. So there's a wonderful podcast, and I know Dan John has done many. It's probably a couple years old at this point, but he's on the Power Company Climbing podcast, and Dan John is talking about people that there's people in the magazines in real life that actually lose 100 pounds. What does their life look like? And it's not, I went on this tabloid diet. It's things like, I started going for a walk every day. Oh, yeah, and what else? You start to lean in. And the person's like, oh yeah, I started drinking more water. So I went for a walk every day, and I carried a gallon jug of water and drank the whole thing. And people get more curious. This is Dan John's story. People get more curious, and they lean in and they're like, and I'm curious for more. And the person's like, and nothing, and that's it. That's the program that I lost 100 pounds on. Is I went for a walk every day and I drank a gallon of water every day for a year, right, or 5 years, or however long it takes. But people seem to lack that kind of foresight. They also seem to lack the willpower to invest in that. If a goal is important to you, if you are the athlete that wants to take your performance to the next level, what are you willing to invest in that? If the answer is a couple clicks on social media and a 5-minute read of a magazine article, and you're expecting results in 2 weeks, measurable and substantial results in 2 weeks, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. You suck. Your willpower sucks. You are not willing to invest very much in that process. So what does the long-term investment take? Well, if you refer back to my video about 10,000 hours or 30,000 submissions, quite a bit. And we're not talking about, obviously, the stars seemingly have to align to produce a once-in-a-generation Tiger Woods, Marcelo Garcia, Michael Jordan, etc. But for you to take your performance to the next level, regardless of whatever level you're at, there's going to be some investment required. And as you progress up the tiers of performance hierarchy, it's going to require more investment. So if you are that person that is literally coming off the couch, trying to turn their life around, and has waited till they're 40 or 50 years old to start to live healthier, then it might not take that much to actually get the ball rolling. Whereas if you've been an athlete your entire life and now you're kind of thinking, maybe you're 20 or 30 years old and you're thinking, okay, I want to pursue this maybe full-time or part-time as a career. It might take, and you've been an athlete your entire life. So for all of 20, 30 years, you've always been moving, you've always been eating relatively healthy, and have been very active. It's going to take a lot to push that tier to the next level. So why minimalism is so important and why it works is because it takes that, as I call, mental horsepower. It takes that out of the planning and the training. It's simple. It's things like, do this every day. Don't add crap to it that you don't need and may not even work or might hinder your focus. Just do it. Do the thing. Do it for a long time. A little bit, often, over the long haul, produces results. That is a fact. That is 100% promise that I guarantee you. So there you have it. Minimalism. It's simple. It's effective. It works. Things like doing X amount of kettlebell swings every morning. No excuses. That would be the 28-day workout from Dan John. The 40-day workout. Do these essential movements that we all know are essential movements. Do them every day. Or those core exercises. That's the 40-day workout. So these are things to think about. Not how can you complicate your training by adding more stuff to it. How can you simplify it to make sure that it gets done? Because the best workout in the world doesn't mean jack if you don't do it, or you can't do it for more than a week, 2 weeks, or frankly, even a month. So what kind of training can you sustain for the next 6 months or so? And you really need to think that far ahead, because first of all, life happens, and you might need that long because life happens, and you're not a professional athlete, to see some measurable, substantial results. So any other questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the DMs and let me know, guys. I'm happy to talk about it. Last thing before I sign off, guys, I want to give a shout out to Redmond Real Salt. You guys know that I don't pimp products that I don't believe in. I also don't advertise on my sites and videos other than the same companies and products that I use and believe in myself. So Redmond Real Salt, check them out, guys. They are one of the highest quality, the purest sourced salts you can buy. Forget your Himalayan salts, forget your Celtic salts. Check out Redmond. They have the highest micronutrient profile. It's third-party tested. I highly recommend it. It is the only salt that I use. I'm not even affiliated with them yet. So Redmond, if you check this out, send me a message, please. I'm happy to represent and tell people about your product. So check it out, guys. Redmond Real Salt.